not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. Yo, it's your boy Big Vern coming to you live on New Year's Eve. Hope you all got plans. It's pretty frigid here in the Midwest. Our last segment, we got done talking about Geno Smith wins a meaningless game, part 2. I did the story 6 weeks ago about how that was a meaningless game and it didn't help the Seahawks reach the playoffs. And shocker, I was right. So victory lap seen, victory lap taken. Now, going to move on to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had himself a hell of a showing against the Carolina Panthers. Now, it wasn't a division, and it was against the Carolina Panthers. Right now, with a game to go after Sunday's beating, they are 4-12. And just what kind of game did Baker have? We'll go into it when we get back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern promoting a new rap album this month. Redman, Muddy Waters 2. Get it in stores where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is What's Hot, La 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 with Redman and Method Man, Don't You Miss, Ignorant, A, Hood Star with Kid Capri, Faith Evans, Pop the Trunk, Ghetto Motivation, I love that record, Kush with Snoop Dogg, Goofy, 1 O'Clock, and many more. Redman, Muddy Waters 2, in stores now. Shout out to Redman doing his thing. So when we look at Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 9-7 right now, they had to go up against the Carolina Panthers, and through the air for 349 is ridiculous. But also to compound that, they rushed for 202 yards on the ground. Again, they were fighting for their playoff lives. They did not know how it was going to go between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. And so you had to play like it was no tomorrow, and they did just that. 33 first downs. I don't think I've ever covered that stat while we have been doing the pro show this season. I don't think I've ever seen 33 first downs. That was crazy. There's another stat that's really crazy. That third down conversion rate to get to first down, put beyond the 8 ball 14 times. They converted 10 of them. Wow. That is insane from an efficiency standpoint. They only punted one time. Relatively clean game for Todd Bowles in the game. You looking at 5 penalties for 40 yards. Not a lot if you're going to be nitpicky about a win. But still, my goodness. And also one stat that I haven't covered anytime during the pro show this season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers controlled the time of possession at 41 minutes and 11 seconds. I don't know how anybody on the other side of the field had got warmed up to do anything, because they kept that Carolina defense out on the field, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. I'm not gonna hold you. That was bad. That was bad. Baker himself, he had 32 throws, connected on 27 of those for 5 touchdowns and 359 yards. In that running back room, my goodness, Bucky Irvin was a man possessed. 20 touches, 113 yards, and no score. Yeah, even Baker pulled his number down one time and ran for 2 yards. I always like to laugh when I see the quarterbacks who like to take off and scramble, and it doesn't amount to much. But they do have a good 1-2 punch in Tampa, because Sean Tucker, he was able to work with Bucky Irvin. Now, he only had 9 touches for 39 yards. However, when you have a 1-2 punch like that, you just got to go ahead and give them that just do. Rashad White, they're not going to be able to hold on to these guys after the season because even though these guys had limited touches, they both had 30 yards, a pop out of that. Mike Evans, the Mike Evans, that guy, 8 receptions, 27 yards, and 2 scores. But don't be so short. Bucky Irvin was also out there catching balls. 4 grabs, 77 yards, and no scores. Wow. This dude almost rushed for 100 yards, over 100, and he almost caught for over. Jalen McMillan, he was the other guy in the wide receiver room. 5 grabs, 51 yards, and 2 scores. I mean, Baker was tossing this thing all over the field. And just what was Carolina's aim? We'll go over that when we come back from a quick 20 from a rap album. We're promoting this. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern. We promoting a new rap album this month. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Missionary. Get it in stores where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is going to be Foreplay. Shangri-La is crazy. That's a crazy record. Out of the Blue. That beat switch tempo, oh man, that's a genius. Hard Knocks, Gorgeous, Last Dance with Mary Jane, that's fire to me. Then there's Sticky Situation, oh my, there's so many cuts on here. If you enjoy real hip hop and music, then Snoop Dogg Missionary does not disappoint. Get it in stores now. Yeah, shout out to Dre and Snoop, still getting it in. Doing their thing. So when you go look at that first quarter, you have Mike Evans gets that 2-yard pass from Baker Mayfield. Just like that, Tampa's on the board, 7-0. Bryce Young, he answers, leads the Panthers downfield, 17-yard strike to Adam Thielen. Now this thing is 7-7. Baker tries to go ahead and lead the guys downfield. 1:13 left. If they can't convert, and then bam, you have the field goal from Chase McLaughlin. And that is 10-7. That's all first quarter. And then Bryce, he has a 40-yard strike to Adam Thielen in the second quarter that made this thing 27-14. And at one point, like I said, you could take the second quarter of this game because they exploded in the second quarter. Tampa went for 17 points. Yep. Between Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan, it was just like they crushed the Panthers. And I'm not going to go ahead and be a prisoner of the moment and say it was the Panthers. I'm looking at it more as, hey, look, we got to get into the playoffs. We got to leave no stone unturned. And we don't know what Atlanta v. Washington is going to look like, because that was a game that had multiple teams tied to it. It had not only Tampa tied to it, but it also had Seattle tied to that. So the Bucs were like, we can't take anything for granted. And had Atlanta won, then Atlanta would have won a division and the Seahawks would have made it into the playoffs in the back door. However, Washington won that game. Washington kept their playoff hopes alive, and also they eliminated Seattle. Yeah, coming out of the half, and they knew that they had to have it. Pretty much, Carolina just laid an egg. They didn't do anything in the second half of that game. The second half of that game, the Carolina Panthers gave up. You got them down. They were down in their spirit, and Baker Mayfield did not give a flying damn. Nor should he. J.J. Russell had that blocked field goal punt return. Oh, my goodness. They're blocking punts and and then to put that 48-14 whooping on them, Baker Mayfield finds Jalen McMillan in the fourth quarter. 16-yard pass, and this thing is over. So, yeah, that's how that ended up. If you are a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, did you like what you saw? Did you like what you saw from the Buccaneers? Do you think it could be better? Are you waiting on the playoffs? Let me know. I'll be